So
And that
my
will
name
be
is Dr. Namita. I'm a pediatric occupational therapist. I work with children to identify any kind of challenges or developmental delays or emotional or social concerns which they face. So the repertoire of children is about right from the age of 1 to the age of 16 years, which is the pediatric age group. So the focus on creating sustainable and which is the topic for today, which is why do we need to have lifestyle changes for children, because we see today that there is a lot of impact of environment on the development of children, and if we have to make a change, we have to introduce the change through the thought process of today's children, because that's very important. I'm sure everybody follows the Earth Day. We have specific projects happening in schools, colleges, and Crest is doing a wonderful job on the Green Ambassador project to create awareness. At the same time, it's very essential that we need to know that there are simple steps which are essential for children to understand, which I would be discussing. So the key pointers are primarily to encourage children to use and make changes in their daily life, which are very, very simple. Using a green mug, which the green actually signifies using household materials, that is a steel mug, instead of using paper cups, which are again going to stress the environment. Taking your own tiffin. These are projects which have happened all over the city and which are widely spreading all over the country. Making your own cleaning products. So instead of using products which are laced with chemicals, we try to create simple homemade materials which enable us to use nature and reduce the waste around us. It's very important for us to create even, my apologies for this, for creating composting in our own household setups to enable better options for decomposition instead of creating dumping fields. Then we also need to go on to the other aspect where we need to recycle more. We need to have a lot of concepts of using cloth bags, trying to walk more instead of using a lot of transport, especially private vehicles, as well as trying to encourage the concept of planting more trees, which all of us are aware. There are some important factors which we also need to remember is the concept of water footprint, how to enable children to understand how to use water very judiciously. And this is something which we have started doing with children from our own school, where my child studies, is that let them understand how much of water is being utilized for each and every activity, because that's extremely very important for most of them. And that gives them an idea. So when there's a water shortage, that is where you actually realize. So pictorial form enables children to understand how to use water judiciously appropriately. So instead of only thinking about judicious use, we also need to understand the concept of water harvesting, how to substitute options of having saving water. So when you do not have to depend exclusively on the rains, you are also go into water harvesting so that there is water available the year round. Repairing things is something which children need to learn at a very young age, so that they need to understand they have to reduce the amount of trash which goes out, especially something like tightening a leaky tap or repairing their bag instead of buying a new one. So the more we recycle and reuse, the more assistance we are giving the environment in terms of creating less dump. So best out of waste is something which all of us have been promoting even in schools. That's extremely important. Children need to understand the concept of recycle, but these are real life lessons which they need to know. A lot of us need to promote gardening and farming of products. So how to make your own produce is very important for children. So upcycling as recycling also has to be promoted in schools as well as at homes. And we also believe in using hands-on activities for children, where they need to have options. They don't need to constantly keep on thinking. So in case of emergencies, what do you swap for what? Instead of using a plastic bag, carry a cloth bag from home. So there are cards which we create for children so that they know easily how to do a swap. So what to use? A lot of times, we are really spoiled for choice because we have a lot of options. However, we want the easy ones. So taking your own grocery bags, the cloth bags, we have amazing bags as well in the market. Using wooden combs, reusing your clothes, using reusable napkins instead of tissues or wet wipes, using steel mugs, carrying your own cutlery to restaurants, taking your own tiffins to carry food or even eat outside. That is something which is extremely essential today. Children need to do a lot of journaling, which enables them, to understand how to create awareness about nature, because it's a cyclical process. You need to keep on creating awareness, and it always starts from home. Art is a very strong form of creating an impact. So let children be encouraged to use art as a means of creating awareness. And of course, we have social media for the same, which helps us to, which we are also working on. All thanks to Green Ambassador for running a contest or educating parents, schools, teachers, as well as quizzes for children so that they increase their awareness about the environment. So this is what I had actually in mind for today's session. Thank you so much.